you study English at home? You can study English at home. You should study English at home. You must study English at home. As you know, students, I spoke many sentences. What are the differences in all these? Today, I am here with the most important topic of English grammar. And this topic will definitely help you. Before starting this topic, firstly, I would like to introduce myself, Mrs. Sarvesh Yadav from Amarnath Vidya Ashram Senior Secondary School, Mathura. I am very thankful to the respected principal sir, Dr. Arun Kumar Vajpayee ji, who has given an opportunity to provide online classes for the betterment of the children so that you can utilize your time during this lockdown situation. And today I would like to share very important thing with you students. Sometimes it has happened, most of the students think that they wrote so much in English paper but still they could not get good marks. What was the reason or what is the reason? So here I would like to make it clear students. Marks are never given on the basis how much have you written, but matter is that what have you written. So sometimes it is happen, or I will say most of the time it is happen with most of the children in English. Something else is in their mind, but they write something else. So what is the difference? The difference is regarding the content. The difference is regarding vocabulary, presentation, expression of idea, content, vocabulary. These all things are matter in English. And it's my promise, students. If you will improve your English or you will do work over your English, you will secure good marks. The improvement in English will not help you only in English but also in other subject. And with this important thing or discussion, now I would like to start or commence my topic, which is modal auxiliaries. So now I would like to tell you what is modal. The modal verbs in English are very particular. They share some characteristics that make them unique, but all of them have the same principle in common. They talk about modality, which is the attitude the speaker has about the he or she is describing. So, modal verbs help when speaking about ability, asking, request, offer, and many more. The modal verbs in English differ from other verbs because they are not used separately and do not indicate a specific action or state. They just reflect its modality, the attitude of the speaker to the action. And here I would like to mention one very important thing is stress. Most of the students get confused or puzzled about the use of models. Models, in short words, I will say that moods. What do you want to express? What's your intention? You are asking for permission or making a request. You are talking about capacity or ability. You are talking about probability or possibility. You are giving suggestion. You are showing threat or what is intention. This everything can be clear just by models. So now see strand. Modal auxiliaries show all kind of moods in sentence. What are these moods? You can say moods or functions. Ability, capacity. Ability is related to mental power or brain, and capacity is related to the physical power. And permission is also in two forms: formal permission and informal. When permission is taken from any authority, management, teacher, principal, or to any formal person, then we use formal models. And when permission is taken from informal people, who are the informal? Family members, relatives, neighbors, and friends, etc. So there is also difference in the use of or asking for permission. Possibility, probability, and it is also when sometimes it is not so important, or when sometimes it is very strong or so important. And it is also have form of past possibility, when we are asking offer, expecting offer, and making request, polite request. Unfulfilled desire, which is not fulfilled, unfulfilled desire. Compulsion, necessity. Promise, command, moral obligation or duty. Determination, determination is strong will, power. To show habit, habit can be continue in present or past, or for discontinue habit we also use modal auxiliaries. Threat, advice or suggestion. Advice is a formal form and suggestion is an informal form. Challenge, inference, inference related to the logical conclusion. Assumption means accept as true. Willingness to do work by your own choice. Insistence, force. Volition is a formal word which is used in the case of power. So students, here is a glimpse of all modal verbs. You can see here can, could have, must had, must, need, must have, may, might, would have, shall, need, have to, ought to, dare, should have, will be, able to, forced, will have to, allowed. So students, as I told you, modal verbs. Modal verbs which we use according to moods. So what are they? As I have already shown you. Now see, shall, the past form of shall is should. Will, the past form of will is would. Can, the past form of can is could. May, the past form is might. Beside the past form, some other uses are also there, and they are given in the, or I will discuss later. Next is must, ought to. So these are the modal verbs, students. We also use have form and be. In the case of have, as I already told you, student, have means H helping verb, or H helping means perfect tense. In the case of perfect tense, we use verbs third form. See the spelling of modal here, as here L is given, or I will change it to into it first. So with the modals, we use, with all the modals, auxiliaries, we use first form of the verb. In the case of have, we use verbs third form. Some semi-modals auxiliaries are also given here, students. Semi-modals means they are principal verb and they also have modal auxiliaries. Principal verb means what? We use s, es, ed form, and we also use as a modal auxiliaries where we use just basic form, verbs first form. So there are three: need, dare, and used to. Now see students, what are the rules or nature of modals? First very important rule: modals have principal verb with the. Principal verb, students. I have given one example: Ashani can swim. Here you can see, if I will say just Ashani can, then it will be incomplete sentence. So here can is what? Modal auxiliary. So modal auxiliaries always have principal verb. What is principal verb here? Swim. Can swim. Second rule, that is also very important rule, students. Modals do not change their forms according to the number of person of the subject. Here you can see first person is given here, second person is given here, third person is given here, and everywhere after modal, after can, verb's first form is given. It is remains same. So it is not changed according to the number of person or the subject. Everywhere I can swim, you can swim, they can swim, and she can swim. But here you can see I swim, I, first person, swim is given here, plural verb, you, second person, and plural verb, they swim, third person, and swim, plural verb. Here you can see singular subject, he swims, she swims, Arnav swims. So it is change, helping verb change according to the singular subject or plural subject. But modal auxiliaries always remain same. So I would like to repeat this rule once again, students. Modals do not change their forms according to the number or person of the subject. It is remain same. Doesn't matter singular subject is there, plural subject is there, or number of person is there. It is remain same. Now I would like to discuss about the primary auxiliaries. Firstly, be is there. Be means what? Is, are, am, was, were. And we follow verb plus ing with them. Do, does, did. We use to them in the case of interrogative and negative sentence. Next is have, has, have, had. We use to them in the case of present tense and present perfect or past perfect tense. So now starts modal auxiliaries. See students, firstly I will discuss about shall or will just as a simple future tense. Shall we use with the first person, will is used with the second and third person. First person, in my last video I told you students, first person means what? The speaker, I, we. Second person, you. Third person, he, she, it, they. So they are third person. So first example, I shall come to you tomorrow. I is here first person followed with the shall. I shall come to you. I am talking about the simple future. Now see, she will. She third person followed with the will. Leave for Nainital this evening. What is here? I am talking about the simple future tense. But if few factors are here, if some moods are there, some expressions are there, then what it is? If suppose they are order or command, then what will be happen? I say, you shall not go. I say you. You is here second person, and shall. What is given here? Shall, because I am talking about order. When order is there, then second person will be followed with the shall. I say you shall not go. Now see, if promise is there, I promise I shall help you. Yes, student, it is my promise to all the children that I will definitely help you, especially in grammar section, because this is that section which is responsible for making the result of the children. So, I promise I shall help you. Here what? When I am talking about the promise, then shall will be replaced by will, because it is my promise. Now, threat. In the case of threat, he shall be punished if he does not do it. What is here? Threat. He shall be punished, students. So what? Here, he is a third person and followed with the shall. He shall be punished because what is shown? Threat is shown. So that's why third person is followed with the shall. Now see one more example. You shall be killed. So you second person followed with the shall. In the case of now wish. Shall I call a doctor? If you do you wish, then I shall call a doctor. So it is wish. In the case of wish, shall. Shall I call a doctor? Now see, in the case of suggestion, which car shall I buy? If I am asking any suggestion, as I told you students, suggestion we use. So Which car shall I buy? In the case of suggestion, in the case of determination, third person is given here. They shall fight tooth and nail. What it is? Determination, strong willpower. Doesn't matter whatever will be happen. But to improve the English, you have to fight tooth and nail. You have to do your all the efforts. So here third person is given. They shall fight tooth and nail. So these all the moods of shall, where shall is followed with the second and third person. Now see, in the case of will, as I told you student, in the simple future, will is followed with the first person. But here you can see, inviting, in the case of invitation, will you have to tea? Will you have tea? You are inviting someone, you are offering that will you have tea? Requesting, will you please type this message? You are requesting to someone, will you please type this message? When willingness is there, your own choice. We will do it for the sake of nation. We should stay at home. We should remain at home because it is our national duty. So what it is our own choice. Nobody is forcing to us, but it is our own duty that we should not take any step out for the sake of society. So it is willingness, case of the willingness. We is a first person, or what is used here? Will. We will do it for the sake of nation. Determine, I will win the match, not I shall, because it is determination. Doesn't matter whatever will be happen. I will win the match, not I shall. I shall in the case of simple future, that you will do it in the future. But you are determined, you are very sure that what? I will win the match. So will is given here. Now in the case of promise student, I will not repeat my mistake again. When you are making promise, or you want to keep your promise, so what it is? I shall not, it is I will. I will not repeat my mistake again. You are promising to someone student. So things are very easy students. In the case of simple future, we use shall with the first person, means I shall, we shall. But in the case of modal auxiliary, in the case of moods, shall is followed with the second and third person. And in the simple future, will is followed with the second and third person. But in the case of modal auxiliaries, will is followed with the first person. These are these are not all the modals auxiliary students. I will be continuing in my next video. They are time taking, and as you know students, the most important thing for grammar, for the improvement of the grammar, you should keep practicing as much as you can. It will definitely help you, because I think you know that practice makes a man perfect. As much as you will do practice, you will face the problem, and then your problem will be shot out. And one more important thing is students, don't put your parents in any trouble. Help to them and follow the instructions regarding the health. Wash your hands again and again. Use facial protection and don't go out of the home. Stay healthy and remain at home. Thank you so much for watching my video.